Jamal Adams on Twitter with a fairly well-done Photoshop of himself in a Seahawks uniform, a little presumptuous with the captain patch on the jersey. Good chance he will get the C, but let's have the vote first, Jamal, but we're just kidding around. That's what it's going to look like for Jamal Adams this year. He heads to Seattle. Bradley McDougald goes to New York to join Marcus May, and we are now drafting the top safety duos currently in the National Football League. Chris, trivia question goes to you. If you get it right, you get the first pick. Jamal Adams was one of two first-team All-Pro safeties in 2019. Name the other.
Ooh, first-team All-Pro safety. I got to think the other one was, I want to say Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Oh, my
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gosh. Man, Tyrann Mathieu wasn't I don't know why I thought he was an all-pro safety, too.
He didn't get the credit that he deserved last year, and it seems like he never does. All right, I'm starting, and this is a balancing act, right? You can have one really good safety and the other
I know.
okay.
Yes.
If you get two really good ones, then you know you got the best duo, and that's what they have in Minnesota because they kept Anthony Harris. He didn't sign a long-term contract. He's there under the franchise tag for this year. They have Harrison Smith. Together, the best duo at safety in the National Football League. Huge responsibilities in that defense. Anthony Harris can be in the right place at the right time and make a big interception. Harrison Smith covers a lot of ground, and he brings a big stick when it's time to make a tackle. So to me, that was the no-brainer. Smith and Harris, because both guys are at that level where they are among the top in the league.
Yeah, they were certainly in the running for the first pick. I'm still can't believe I missed that with Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'm still like pissed off sitting here going, how did I do that? But you're right. This is the first group I wrote down. I mean, Harrison Smith, I think, awesome football player. Kind of, on the downward trajectory of his career. Anthony Harris is on the rise as one of the better ones in the game. So, all right, good pick by you. Your Vikings, you got to pick the Vikings. I'm going to Seattle. You talk about the balancing act. Yeah, the damn scale's been balanced real far, gone one way here. And first off, the other guy he's going to be paired with, Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs, is a pretty damn good tandem. Quandre Diggs, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you he's Earl Thomas, but went to Texas like Earl Thomas and has a similar skill set and is like just a heat-seeking missile back there as far as a free safety is concerned. Unbelievable range, can play the pass game. If you need him to come down and make a tackle, you can do that. And then, of course, Jamal Adams. For me, we've been saying this really all offseason, or at least I have been. I think he is the best safety in football. I think he's one of the best defensive players in all of football. And I understand why Seattle wanted to do it because it's such a big position for their team. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that duo right now as being top.
Yeah, and, you've made the point earlier about how important that is to the Seattle defense and what it does and what it means and how they have some balance now again. They were tilting toward the offense after the Legion of Boom was gone. Well, now it's back in a big way with Jamal Adams. It's going to be exciting to see what happens. All right, man, and now it gets a little more difficult. I'm going to go to New England.
Yeah.
Devin McCourty and Patrick Chung.
Okay.
When you think of that veteran defense and how important it's going to be this year to try to slow down opposing offenses that may not be as prepared early in the year as they otherwise would be. You've got that defense that at times last year, early in the season, there were some superlatives being thrown their way that were unjustified, but at the time they were justified. They ultimately proved to be not a defense that could live up to 85 Bears-type comparisons, but McCourty and Chung, athletic and smart and able to do what is required of them in the Bill Belichick defense. And, they may not be the best two or among the best two with any other team, but in that system that they know so well, they get it done, and they deserve that recognition.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, come on. Nobody gets recognition up in New England, except for one guy for the last 20 years. Nobody else talks about anybody else. Devin McCourty's he's one of the most underrated players I think we've seen, in the last 10 years or so. Hands down, been one of the best free safeties in the game for a number of years. I mean, phenomenal. And then, both guys to bolster your pick, because I'm a nice guy. I mean, they're Swiss Army knives. I mean, You know, they can cover guys like corners. Devin McCourty can legitimately play corner if you need him to. I mean, Devin McCourty's a Hall of Famer for my money. He really is. That's how special of a player he is. And Patrick Chung is a legend and certainly a Patriots Hall of Famer when all said and done. So I'm not mad at you there. All right, I'm going to Steel Town. You know, I know you're 2 hours away from Pittsburgh Steelers, and I like those two damn safeties there. You know, Minkah Fitzpatrick, of course, Jersey guy, watched him in high school, got stuck in a bad situation in Miami. It just shows you if you're not in the right spot, in the right system, I don't care who you are, it's hard to overcome it sometimes. Minkah Fitzpatrick goes to Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden everybody goes, whoa, he's awesome. He's a superstar. Yeah, he's a really damn good player. And then they got a first-rounder next to him in Terrell Edmonds out of Virginia Tech, who's a phenomenal football player too, more of the strong safety in the box type, but both can do really anything, and it's a huge region. Huge reason why they're one of the best defenses in football, because, you know, they both can play in the box, play back, cover guys, and do anything you want. So I like that duo a lot there in Pittsburgh.
All right, now it's getting difficult.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, the reconfigured Jets secondary, you could say, with Bradley McDougald and Marcus May, but I'm going to go with star potential, and I'm going to go with the guy who technically you weren't incorrect earlier. Tyrann Mathieu was an all-pro defensive back, not an all-pro safety.
Okay, that's what it was. That's right.
Defensive back.
Yeah.
I'll go Tyrann Mathieu and Juan Thornhill in Kansas City, simply because Tyrann Mathieu and anyone is going to be among the top tandems at safety, because you get Tyrann Mathieu, who is a great leader, who can do it all, who you can line up anywhere, and is one of those guys where you always have to know where he is. He's almost got that Troy Polamalu factor where you need to hold the football an extra split second before you throw it, because you need to make sure that the honey badger isn't lurking into that area where you're thinking about throwing the ball. So primarily because of Tyrann Mathieu, I'll take the Chiefs defensive back.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you there. I mean, first off, Juan Thornhill was phenomenal his rookie year. I mean, he's a guy, that was a great draft pick by Brett Veach and company. I mean, it really was. He got hurt at the end of the season. He didn't get to play in the playoffs, but I mean, they were on my list here as one of the top safety duos in football. You know, it'll be a little bit about where Thornhill's health is here, but you're right. Everything you said about Mathieu, come on. I mean, he'd be on my team any day of the week. I'd take him in any sport. I don't care what it is. Now I don't know what the hell to do. There's so many, you know, I'm here. Buffalo, I feel like they're underrated. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. You know, the Redskins with Landon Collins, and they signed Sean Davis. You know, Washington football team. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I know. I got it. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Yes. All right, I'm going to the 49ers, though. The hell with all that. I'm going Jaquiski Tartt and Jimmy Ward. First off, Jimmy Ward, one of the most underrated defensive players in the league. You know, awesome free safety, heat-seeking missile. Jaquiski Tartt plays that Cam Chancellor position for that 49ers defense. I'm not saying he's Cam Chancellor or Jamal Adams, but he's really good, and he can do the things that we've talked about already in the show. I mean, he's pretty physical in the run game, and he can cover tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. So I look at that as being one of the more underrated duos in all of football.
Yeah, I may need to check the tape here, because I was still reeling from the fact that word made its way into the program. Did you say heat-seeking miscle?
I might have. I mean, it's very easily. I mean, you know what I meant, you jerk. But yes, I could have said miscle. I don't know. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, and there are plenty of other capable safety duos. I mean, I elsewhere on my list, I've got
the Broncos,
Malcolm Jenkins and Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
In New Orleans. Yeah, the Broncos, Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson.
Yeah.
We could have thrown the Jets in there, even without Jamal Adams. Bradley McDougald, you know, some people are making the argument that Bradley McDougald is every bit as good as Jamal Adams, which clearly isn't the case, or it would have been a straight-up trade. So plenty of safeties. Safeties get overlooked. We talked earlier about the market, less than $15 million per year for the top of the market. Jamal Adams may change that. We will see.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.